What's good, listeners? Welcome to the Chris College Show, Millennial Talk Show. Good morning, Marissa. How's it going, fam?
We are doing good, and we got some comments already starting. I love Zacho Man. We got what?
Zacho
Hype.
Hype. He knows what's up, baby.
Fort One. Okay.
I don't know what the hell that even means. Probably, you know what's funny? We can actually see it on our own restream. These are supposed to be emojis that were supposed to be showing up. He's saying,
"Oh, is that what it is? We're number one." I was like, "Fort One." I was like, "We Fort One."
Like, what does that even mean? Hey, but we appreciate all the love right at the start of the show because we got a kick-ass show for everybody. But before we even announce our guest, we always like to do this at the top of the show, whatever's popping up in the ether as we speak, as we're jumping on live right now. And I know one of the biggest things that everybody's kind of talking about this morning is more news with quarterback for the Broncos, Russell Wilson. Supposedly, Russell had a tweet early this morning debunking some of the reports saying that he was actually calling for the firing of his ex-coach for the Seattle Seahawks, Pete Carroll. And, it kind of seems like this is kind of a funny thing to me, Marissa, because there was another story that popped up in our world that, especially when we see about with the NFL, about how, there's other people trying to take out our jobs. You know what I'm saying? Well, Spotify kind of wants to remove people like you and I, Marissa. Did you hear about any of this?
Remove us, as in replace us?
Yeah, because we like to think, we're radio DJs. We like to show the people what's good. We always like to show them these young, up-and-coming artists. Well, Spotify's not necessarily doing that for you, but they've implemented a new AI-powered DJ. Did you see this, Marissa?
I did not see the AI-powered DJ. But I love all things AI, like I have to admit.
Well, what they're trying to do, Marissa, is they are you can build your own custom playlist. And then when you build your own custom playlist, there's an AI voice that will speak to you as you transition into your next song.
Is it in Sean Connery's voice? Because I'm all down if it is.
Well, from the trailer that I've seen, it makes it seem like there's only a few selective voices that you can choose from. But the fact that one of them. AI power, is that something that you would do? I think that would be kind of annoying if I was at a party and there were like an AI voice comes on and it's like, hey, this was a banger that you were listening to in 2018.
Not if it's in Sean Connery's voice. I am sorry. His voice alone. The man is like ancient. Right? I don't even care. His voice.
Well, we're going to be talking about a little bit of the pros and cons of AI. We don't want to jump ahead. We'll save that for the say it conversation. But, clearly, we've been tackling some of these issues with AI songwriting. There's AI generated music videos that are coming into the works. I even saw this week that Jimmy Kimmel actually did a little monologue written by AI. So, should we start being concerned? Because I never thought that it would actually come into the world of talk radio.
Oh, podcast. I knew it would. Of course it would. I mean, think about it. It can generate a pre-rough draft within 2 seconds, and then you, the artist, should take it and make it your own. I'm all cool with it. It's like a copyright. It's like, hey, look, here's some jokes. Do you like them? And then you make it your own. I'm for it. I don't know. You know me. I love me some technology.
I think technology would be necessary if you don't want to work at Mickey D's. If you want everything to just be pre-made, ready to rock and roll, let the robotics do it for you. I think I'm totally cool with that. But the fact
no spitting. That guaranteed no spit.
Yeah, guaranteed no spit on your burger, just in case, you got some jackass that's working behind the counter. You just know the only thing that you can blame is the actual corporation, which would be Mickey D's. I don't know. I'm a bit hesitant, but clearly Spotify feels that the Zillennials need a powered DJ, especially since day one, we used to say this all the time. It's like, could you even name a radio host that's 35 years or younger? Because I can't. And that's why we want our own outlets. And that's why we've been going so strong for 4 years, because you, the CCS family, believe in my co-host Marissa Pitts and I, that this is why we have the luxury of being able.
We're amazing. You don't hear us on the radio. I'm sorry, you don't. I listen to the radio, and you don't hear our voices. You don't hear our points of views. I mean, everything is just kind of recycled, same old, or made for older audience. We don't
exactly. And an AI powered DJ cannot interview kick-ass artists, especially from across the pond, which is our guest that's going to be joining us for Strike a Chord at the half-hour mark. They're from South Wales. They are called The Now, and they got a future debut full-length album that they will be releasing in the future. So we're going to be talking about that and so much more. But I also want to let you guys know to check out my music podcast series, Off the Fret, More Music Talk, with the new episode coming from Nashville country star Amanda Cooksey as my 8th installment. You can find that on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. All right, it is time to rock and roll. This one's called Say It.
I'm beyond livid.
That's what's been irking me like crazy.
Psycho X.
We hope that he grows from this.
No, legit. I was trying to figure that out also.
Whatever's on our mind, there's something that's been griping.
So, I get to just say it.
That's my question, Marissa. What's good, listeners? This is Say It, because trust me, when we get to addressing issues that are circulating around the globe throughout the week, you know my co-host Marissa Pitts and I, we're going to be tackling this issue, so let's get right on into it. So-called sensitivity experts were hired by a book publisher to rewrite parts of Ronald Dahl's classic children's book, including Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, scrubbing them of so-called offensive language. For example, in the original version, Oompa Loompas are called small men, but in the woke version, they're small people, which is weird considering that they're still using slave labor. They didn't seem to cut that one out. But you remember Augustus Gloop? You might see him on the right side of the image. Well, he's no longer described as fat, but instead enormous, which actually sounds worse, Marissa.
I take a laugh on that one because it does. I'd be like, hey, you're enormous. I'd be like if someone says like, oh, hey, you're fat. I'd be like, F you, whatever, I'm like, okay, a little chunky. But someone called me enormous. I'd be like, to my heart. I'm enormous. Like that's an alien side. Like that's
too many letters in a word. I think that should be the rule of thumb. When you extend like too many letters in a word, then you should know that like you should just avoid the situation in general.
I get you. You're saying small people, not small men. But if I'm not mistaken, I think we only ever read and heard about them being men in the book for
well, are we going to get any kind of fat people represented
but
in Willy Wonka?
They changed it from small men to small people, but I think they were only ever small men. Like I don't remember seeing a female
Well, think
dancing.
about the new Timothy Chalamet film that's going to be coming out in December time. Are they going to have the Blueberry Girl, skinny gal, because like how strange would that be if we're just like rewriting history? I mean, I never, like they were even having a problem with witches, the book, and they were even saying that there's a disclaimer before you even read it. Like kids even give a shit about a disclaimer because they're trying to tell you that like, hey, Marissa, you do know that like women out there, they can be bald and they do wear wigs because again, they're hags and they wear wigs and they like to manipulate you in the book. Is that something that our kids are concerned about, or something that the
It's weird putting that in a book because I have conversations with my daughter. Like we'll have something on television, right? And all of a sudden, without me realizing it, maybe like a violent scene will pop in or something where I'm like, whoa, let me go ahead and talk to my kid. That's called acting. That's not real.
But right? I don't think there's any real violence that's occurring like in a Willy Wonka or the BFG or witches.
So why not, as a parent, you can say, oh, hey, look, so there are people that have, bald head from cancer, like dealing with, at my work, there's a couple that bring in their son and he's on the spectrum and he's older than my daughter. My daughter's always kind of like, I don't like him because he'll push her and stuff like that, right? And we'll have to, and I talked to her, say, look, he is on the, and I'm very honest, he's on the spectrum. And so we have to have more patience with him. And I have this conversation with a 4-year-old and it's fine. So I don't understand why we have to have disclaimers in books when a parent can give the explanation. That's
I wonder, because I just watched The Whale last night with Brandon Fraser. It's definitely a heartstringer. Could you imagine if you described this film in early film reviews as like, he's enormous. He's not fat. I think they would definitely go and cancel they would definitely try to cancel that journalist.
No,
but you know what's also
they did call him enormous. I think there was a journalist that was like, enormous.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Marissa. You know what's also, because there's a lot of sensitivity experts out there. Well, there's also the woke mob that's actually going after the video game industry. And will there be a video game released in 2023 that won't have some sort of political backlash or boycott that leads to harassing or threatening or docking players, who just want to escape for a little bit from their normal day and have fun? Well, first off, it was Hogwarts Legacy, and now Atomic Heart. Concerns have been raised regarding the game's heavily pro-Soviet themes, as well as the Ukrainian government calling on Sony, Microsoft, and Valve to stop selling the game over possible Russian funding. In Atomic Heart, you play a KGB agent in this alternative timeline. So, Marissa, I mean, when I think about these kind of things, I find it, it's not so far different than the German series, Wolfenstein. That was a game, The New Order. That was a game that was, Germany essentially winning World War II. But I guess we have a problem with this game because we actually have a real life situation where Russia and Ukraine are still going at it. We just passed the 1 year mark. And, Ukraine's really only calling for their country to stop the sale of Atomic Heart because it is made by a Russian developer. But it's interesting how our generation likes to go after Hogwarts Legacy when not a single trans person died from creating this video game. But we got Atomic Heart made by a Russian developer. Where's the backlash? Should there be backlash?
And that's where it's odd for me because I'm not Ukrainian. I'm not in Ukraine. I'm not seeing my family being killed, right? I don't have that experience in it, but I understand it. I'm totally for free speech. I'm very much for, I don't understand banning something because a Russian made it. Like that was made before the war. It wasn't like they're making it like, we're invading Ukraine.
Well, I think, Marissa, people need to realize that not every citizen of Russia supports the Russian-Ukraine war. We've seen plenty of these videos. So I know the Ukraine government's kind of concerned with like privacy and stuff like that amongst, citizens of Ukraine. I totally get that. But like, if you're going to try to push it on a world scale, then that's where you lose me because politics needs to be set aside with video games. I get that it's a pro-Soviet themed game, but I don't think anybody's going to be converted as a communist after playing Atomic Heart. They're more aroused with the sexy tits and fat asses from those robots. Like, that's the only thing. I never see any gameplay from Atomic Heart. It's all about the big asses. You go to these, like these little soda canister machines, and they're trying to arouse you, and they're talking dirty to you. So, just have some fun. Play some games, right?
It's a slippery slope, but it's a slippery slope, right? I mean, when your government starts telling you, you have to ban something, you have to do something because I'm against this country, right? Versus your own moral. Like if I was Ukrainian, I wouldn't play a Russian game, right? Yeah. So I feel like it gets really, Orson Welles.
It's definitely a messy situation, but I'm calling out double standards within our own generation, including the Zoomers. It just doesn't make any sense. But, this was a story that definitely made me laugh. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have finally broken their silence on a now infamous episode of South Park in which they were ridiculed and mocked for wanting privacy. We have a tiny clip from that, so we can't show the whole thing because we want to discuss it. But if you missed it, here is a clip from that South Park episode.
It's on the show. It's so awesome to be here. It's great. So let me start with you, Sam. You've lived a life with the royal family. You've had everything handed to you, but you say your life has been hard, and now you've written all about it in your new book, Where? Yes, that's right, friend. You see, my wife and I are totally like, you should write a book because your family like stupid, and then so are like journalists. So you hate journalists. That's right. And now you wrote a book that reports on the lives of the royal family. Right. So you're a journalist. We just want to be normal people. All this attention is so hard.
We just want to be normal people. I even love it too because this Canadian TV host. He's like talking about what about your Instagram loving bitch? Does she like her privacy if she's, constantly, But the funny thing in that episode, Marissa, is they don't literally call them Harry and Meghan in the interview. They're just making suggestions. Clearly, you can see with the book tour that they reference in this small little clip, the orange hair. So, there was potential legal threats, but supposedly the couple has came out in the defense and has said hey, listen, that was not necessarily our idea. We get, but they're even
it's
funny.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, it's really funny reading like UK tabloids and BBC, report that here in America, because of that episode, the look of this couple has slowly been falling, in our states.
The look or the like them people liking them.
Likability. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if like this one episode.
No, actually, I was about to say that because this episode, Americans view them less favorably than Prince Andrew. Yeah. I was like, dang, when you are looked at worse than the Epstein scandal, Prince Andrew, I was like, your ratings are low.
Well, I was going to argue that people were already looking down upon him before the South Park episode. So that's just my personal opinion.
Now it's just even because it's so funny and it's so on the nose true. Like everything South Park does, you're like, touche. That's exactly what I was thinking.
I guess, my final thing that I would say about this one particular matter is I think it was a terrible choice for Prince Harry to even write a memoir to begin with, quite frankly. And I believe that, his Netflix series probably did more harm than this South Park episode. But what do you think, CCS family? Join in on the conversation. That's what Say It's all about. We want to hear from you, and we will bring your comments live on air. So we're going to be talking about this topic that's been concerning certain health experts. They're worried that, sober, curious young people might get involved in the big soda alcohol companies. So soft drink companies have already loosened alcohol makers' grip on the beer aisle, teaming up with breweries to produce Topo Chico Hard Seltzer, Hard Mountain Dew, which you see on the right side, and there's Arnold Palmer Spiked Hard Teas, including the new drink that dropped this week called Monster Beast. And now alcohol health experts take heart at the growing ranks of openly sober, curious young people, in which they believe the new beverage types may represent an industry effort to boost drinking among millennials whose alcohol consumption has been falling for decades. So, Marissa, when I see that, Monster is making an alcohol drink, a new alcohol drink, is this the Four Loko 2.0?
That's so gross. I'm sorry. I'm not a Monster fan. Like I just and Monster and alcohol sounds like a nightmare hangover. That's all I can say.
If you are a Monster fan, besides Marissa, I have been told that the green can tastes exactly like a Monster, but there's no caffeine in it. And with that being said, is that a problem for the younger generation? Because I know here in California, because of the midterm elections, as of last Tuesday, we just removed all flavored tobacco. I know all the hot chicks with their vapes. They're just so down and out. They have nothing to smoke on now, Marissa.
Well, they have something they can always smoke on. No, I was kidding.
Well, that's true too. That's right. That's right. But now, we're seeing Twisted Teas become a little bit more popular. Yeah. But now that.
I do. I like all the.
But people are kind of blanking out that we've had Jack Daniels and Coke for years. I could think about 7-Up and Seagram 7. So the fact that we're actually having a soda pop brand labeled on alcohol beverages, now that's the problem. This is now the time to freak out.
Well, I mean, because they're marketing to 21-year-olds. They're marketing to the age demographic that doesn't really understand you can do a Jack and Coke. Like that's like a more sophisticated drink.
Yeah,
I guess you
exactly.
could say, right? But I have to admit, man, my White Claw, I should be a spokesperson for White Claw. I love me some White Claw. Do not take my White Claw away. I like the seltzer, the bubblies, the Corona one is really good. I can just go on and on. I enjoy the new fun flavors. I'm just not a Monster person. That's why I wouldn't buy that.
No, I hear you. But what's also intriguing to me is there's a survey that goes around to all the kids in the United States from grades 10th through 12th grade, and it's called the Monitoring of the Future survey, and they will for the first time include questions about hard seltzers and ready-to-drink cocktails for the first time. So I guess we'll get a better understanding whether this younger group actually likes, gin, vodka, rum, little shot shooters. I have a hard time thinking that they drink these 50% alcohol.
Why would you make that into a survey? Like, if I was a kid, I would be like, no, of course I don't.
Yeah, why would you want to admit that? Unless it's anonymous, I have no idea.
It's like when Derek came to the school. I think you might be a little young, but when Derek came to the schools, they were like, okay,
we
kids,
definitely had Dare.
Do you see any of these things in your house? It was like a crack pipe, right? A ball.
Yeah, exactly.
And we were kids, and I was like, I never saw it, but if I did, I know I'm not supposed to tell on mommy and daddy. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, you're like,
No, I hear you.
I haven't seen that. That's what that reminds me of.
Again, Monster, Beast, they are the revival of the Ford Loco 2.0. And there's also been a revival that's been happening around the country as students at Asbury University in Wilmore, Kentucky have been worshiping together for nearly 2 weeks as visitors from around the world have flocked to their small campus to see the revival in action. Revivals were once a common part of religious life in the United States, in which preachers would travel across the country to speak to large crowds about how to get right with God. And to see zillennials, most famously known for denouncing organized religion, come together is quite a mystery, which I don't think anyone in the media quite understands, truthfully. So I'm starting to think that it's premature, Marissa, to denounce that, spirituality, religion, and faith are dead among younger generations. Personally with myself, as someone who was in the Mormon faith for over 18 years, and I definitely respect anybody who has that belief, but for me personally, I never felt like I had to go to church every Sunday to prove that I'm one with God. That doesn't mean that I'm an atheist. I think that's always been sort of the mindset. I'm kind of speaking for myself, but it feels like there's a lot of kids my age and even yourself, Marissa, who grapple with it. I think we all, at the end of the day, would like to have a better awakening in the next life.
Well, I think one of the things that you talk about youth, grappling with this subject of religion and how to show. I think a lot of people who were raised within religion tend to be religious, right? Whether they're going to church or not, they believe in God. When things are down, they will pray, right? So I grew up in a household that went to church. Like, I believe in God. Do I go to church all the time? No, I'm more like you, where I'm like, I don't have to go to church to feel like I'm with God. And sometimes I need it. And I think what to me is fascinating is it's not so much that they're being like, I believe in God, but that they're actually making it more open. Because I know when I talk to people and someone passes away and I don't know their religious affiliation, I feel uncomfortable saying, you'll be in my prayers. Because I don't know if they're atheists. I don't know if there's something else, right, that they have that actually would hurt them more. So I usually say, like, you're in my heart. Right. So for me, the fact that everybody is so willing to announce it to the world, announce it in a crowd, and really stand for it, that to me is a fascination for that age group, because we don't really see that much. That's usually
it's also intriguing too.
Only in here.
I guess the final note that I'll say about Asbury University is I know they were getting a lot of media coverage, and I know the student body president over there was actually asking for a lot of these media outlets who wanted to actually go to this 2-week retreat to report on the matter, actually respectfully told them, please don't come, because this has been actually a beautiful thing where that's not the overall message. We don't want the people will come because they believe in the power of God. I think that's a truly special thing, and kudos to them. Who would have thought that a revival would be showing up in the year 2023? But also, in the music world, this was actually pretty cool. New research from the New York University has concluded that people can determine whether they like a song after listening to it for only a few seconds. Song preference also did not impact the ability for the participants to determine whether they like the song. So, Marissa, they're saying that researchers noted that only a fifth of the songs were recognized by the participants. So they whatever the fuck that even means. But like, I can tell you right now, if you're like a hip hop and R&B person and you're not used to like the heavy distortion, I would assume if you heard like some death growls from like a band from like Fit for an Autopsy or Black Dahlia Murder or Die Artist Murder, yeah, you're probably going to be turned off. So I guess that makes sense. Or like, well, let's say you're a heavy metal kid and you're listening to like some bluegrass. I could tell you right now, if I heard like the first 3 seconds, I'd look at you and be like, turn that Steve Martin banjo ass off. I do not give a shit about any of that right now.
No, but I'm with you. I think that our brains work so fast. Right. We have our brain is a computer, and it works so quickly that 5 seconds to us, which seems like so fast, is really could be who knows how long in our
Well, think
brain
about the
computing.
attention span of millennials, and we got the size of a raisin when it comes to even the social media attention, the grasp that we have even on social media.
Well, I won't even watch certain clips within 5 seconds if the sound feels off. Like I'll immediately just keep scrolling. If something doesn't catch my attention, have it right away, a song or a sound of a voice, like any of that, I'll just keep it scrolling.
No, it's totally true. I mean, as much as I hate to say that, I think that's why I'm a still harper on this, because anybody that follows the Chris Collins show knows me. This is why I hate singles, and this is why I love albums, because you need to be able to grasp the full concept of the record, and when you only do it by the first 5-second grab, that's why we start to get a lot of these gummy bear generic tracks that start showing up in the ether. But because this is towards the end of Say It, we wanted to have some fun and put you, the CCS family, through the ringer. But we also thought this would be appropriate for Marissa to guess these actors from their transformed roles. So leave yourself on screen, Marissa. I'll actually be taking care of on my video feed what we're going to be showcasing to the world. But Hollywood actors are loved for their ability to transform into any character. But can Marissa work through them all? So let's have some fun. Join us in the chat, fam. Let's see how well Marissa does. So we'll kind of start off a little bit easy. Who is this transform?
That's Tom Cruise.
And what film was that from?
Oh, I don't know the name of the film, but I know it's Tom Cruise.
Oh, come on. They just recently talked about it.
You only told me I had to know the actor, not the film they're in.
Well, it's kind of been compared as like the modern Blazing Saddle.
I know. I don't know the name.
Tropic Thunder, baby. Come on now.
Okay,
there's even rumors that Tom Cruise wants to reprise that role. So that could be lots of fun.
Awesome. That was a good movie.
Also, we got this next one. He played the VP, Dick Cheney. He might have been on Vengeance. He was the Batman.
I know. It's
you don't know the actor's name? Is that what's going on?
I do. It's
Okay. Do you need to look at him again?
I watched him in the movie. It's hold on.
Remember he played a skinny boxer.
No, I know his name. I just watched him in Pale Blue Eyes with the my mind.
I know, and unfortunately, you're taking too long, so I'm gonna have to consider that an L. That is Christian Bale.
Thank you. I just watched him in the Pale Blue Eyes. No, this is why I don't do game shows. This is why my brain goes blah.
Well, hey, we'll try that. That was actually supposed to be one of the easier ones. So Marissa, as an actress on the side, she's she's struggling with this. It's okay. This is why they transform into these roles. But hey, who is this individual?
Chris Rock.
Oh my God, that was 50 Cent, but that was too damn good. Look at that big ass forehead from 50 Cent. Damn, that's a 5-finger forehead on him. Oh my Lanta. Let's have some fun with this. Let's get the next one going in, fam. This picture's a little bit small, but he did play in the Dallas.
Really closely.
He also did another transformal role in Dallas Buyers Club. He was also the Joker that got ousted at one point.
The Joker that got ousted?
Yeah, they never really gave him his own film. He only had like 10 or 15 minutes in Suicide Squad.
He sent the Cum Pearl Beads.
Well, he's in a band called 30 Seconds to Mars.
What's his name? Oh my God.
Jared Leto.
Thank you. He's the one that sent the cum beads, like used condoms.
Exactly, used condoms and all that weird shit.
Okay, that was good. I didn't look like him at all. Okay, I'm admit. I would not have ever guessed that.
They definitely made him. I guess he gained 60 pounds for that role and just told him not to walk around. Let's do this. Oh, actually, we already did that one. You're never going to guess this guy. This was actually in a new show that's coming for HBO later this year.
On my screen, he's like this big, you guys. That's what I'm like, let me look at him.
He played Iron Man in Marvel.
I love him, Johnny Down Jr. Johnny Down Jr. I mean Downey.
Oh my God, Robert Downey Jr. I'm sorry. I feel bad. I don't know why. I feel like I'm giving amazing hints for these. Let's do the next one. This is very tough. This one, she played the princess.
Queen Mary.
Scott.
Queen Mary.
Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was
I'm
also
gonna
in Once
go-
Upon a Time in Hollywood. She also had
I'm
that.
gonna go with there's two of them, either Meryl Streep or
No. Sexy chick that was
Angelina
in.
Jolie.
No, but I'll give you
Man.
another hint. It was
Okay.
a very sexy girl that was in The Wolf of Wall Street. She's also going to be Barbie.
I don't know.
That's Margot Robbie.
Okay.
Robbie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
And
I
then,
fail.
what about Hellboy? This was the
I love
remade
Hellboy.
version
I
of
love
Hellboy.
Hellboy, but
He was
who
also
is
in
he?
Stranger Things. David Harper. David Harper.
No,
And then
we're
we'll do
not.
the
And I
very.
love Hellraiser. All right.
This
This
is
so hard.
Virginia
Who is this?
Woolf. Remember, she reprised herself as Virginia Woolf. She was sat in the makeup chair for over 3 hours. This last gal, Nicole Kidman. You would have never guessed. They even changed her eyes. They,
I would not have guessed
whole
that one.
facial. It's like, I mean, this is just
I
what's
heard
so
she was
amazing
actually
about
good
it.
in that. I heard she was good
Very.
in that.
It's
I didn't see it, but I heard she was really good in that.
well, especially since, we're celebrating a lot of these roles. Like I just referenced a little bit at the top of the show, Brandon Frazier, he was in The Whale. Frazier, because that's what a lot of people say with the S-E-R. People say that he's been getting his name butchered all these years. So
I thought it was
think
his
I'm
first
pronouncing
name.
it right.
I thought it was his
No,
first
the
name
last
that got
name.
butchered.
It's always the last name, supposedly.
What do you think, audience members?
Yeah, what do you think? Is Chris
Who do you
butchering
think?
it or is Marissa
Is it
butchering
Brendan
it?
Fraser or Brandon?
I know there's another one you got to definitely look at. I thought I had the image here, but Shia LaBeouf is actually in Francis Ford Coppola's new film, and you would hardly recognize him in his cinematic release that might come out or might never come out because I guess the budgeting failed and a bunch of crew layoffs are happening. But he's in Metropolis, and so if you can see that film coming out in the future, we'll see what's good. But that about wraps it up on Say It, and so stick around as we have more left on the Chris Callaghan Show, Millennial Talk Show. Let's get it, fam. What's good, listeners? Joining us on Strike a Chord, currently on tour from the back room as we speak with Welsh rockers The Now. They are having a little bit of technical difficulties at this time, but they're such an incredible band. They bring the heavy distortions, a lot of great bangs. I think they're going to be blowing up the scope of the rock and roll scene in the year 2023. They have incredible backing in the mixing, engineering, and production room for their future debut LP, which is going to be dropping later this summer. They have been working with industry cats that have multi-Grammy award-winning productions. Oli Jacobs is partnered up with the band The Now to release their future LP. And if anybody that doesn't know who Oli Jacobs is, incredible soul, very cool cat. This guy has produced the album of the year, which is Harry Styles' most recent work. He's also worked with another band you might have heard of called the 1975. So how does a band from South Wales have the capability to get a Grammy award-winning producer to master, mix, and engineer their debut full-length album? That is totally insane. That is something that we're going to be finding out right here on the Strike a Chord segment. But as we're working out some of the technical difficulties with the band, I want to let you guys know that a new episode with Nashville country star Amanda Cooksey is coming to Off the Fret, More Music Talk, on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you're joining the show live right now, you might as well hit the like and subscribe button so you never miss a live show. We're also on social media. Use the handle at Chris Callaghan Show for all the fun jazz that's happening in the world of the Chris Callaghan Show, Millennial Talk Show. But I think, as we start to figure out where the Motley Crue's at this time.
Let's play their first video.
I think that's a really, really good call. I know they got very excited about releasing this. This is actually the very first taste of music coming out for their future full-length album. Again, is their debut record. And this song is called The Devil Inside Me from their unannounced, unreleased title. You're going to hear it right now first on the Chris Callaghan Show, Millennial Talk Show. Yeah, that's what's good. That is the Now. They are from South Wales, and you can check out that single on all streaming outlets. That song is called The Devil Inside Me from their untitled future full-length debut LP, which is going to be dropping later this summer. The guys are trying to jump on as we speak, CCS family. We feel terrible for them. I know that Restream.io is giving them problems at this time. They are letting us know via email that they are sitting in the waiting room, but we can't currently see them inside the live stream, which is very, very odd. So just bear with us. I know these guys are beyond stoked to be talking about their new music, and they're doing everything that they can. They're actually currently on tour as we speak, CCS family. It's pretty remarkable. We don't usually get those kind of opportunities to be able to interview bands on the road. And, you know, we might as well, I was going to share this with the band, but we might as well do this now since we're still currently trying to work them into the live mix. But there was a great article this week out on loudwire.com talking about how rock and roll has gone a long way since the 1950s when the style of genre was just beginning to take over popular music. I mean, we had rock stars such as like Elvis Presley, Buddy Holly, Fats Domino, that all did legendary interviews while on tour. And so with these guys currently in the back room dealing with the Wi-Fi, or I think they have great Wi-Fi. I have a feeling it's actually just Restream that's given an issue. Trust me, Marissa's working behind the scenes trying to make it happen along with the rest of the CCS crew. But the reason why I'm bringing up the 1950s and radio interviews of the day is things haven't really changed that much. And actually, I want to show you guys a very fun clip of Elvis Presley being filmed having a chat from inside his hotel room in 1956. So let's go ahead and roll that clip, Marissa.
Your style of gyrating while you sing has been bitterly criticized, even by usually mild and gentle TV critics like Ben Gross. Now, do you bear any animosity towards these critics?
Well, not really. Those people have a job to do, and they do it.
And do you think you've learned anything from the criticism leveled at you?
No, I haven't.
You haven't, huh?
Because I don't feel that I'm doing anything wrong.
And the reason why I chose that clip out of all the numerous montage from the Loudwire video clip, if you guys want to check it out, you guys are going to love it. Definitely spans out that whole history of some of the great legends that I've just currently listed before that video clip. And it seems like not a whole lot has changed with like controversy in rock and roll and in music in general. I mean, this clip is literally having a problem with Elvis Presley, kind of swinging his hips, dancing his way to hell while, we got UK artist Sam Smith, who's being labeled satanic for his performance at this year's Grammys, which is really funny because when I saw that and saw that, that a few outlets had a problem with it, I had another second opinion, which was really, oh, this is amazing. So I know the boys are starting to work into the mix.
Yay.
But I think what was really incredible about that clip is that, sex, drugs, and violence has always been around, and we might as well bring in the Motley Crue as we speak. Oh,
wait, where'd they go? Come back here.
I
almost put them in. They're like, come back.
Well, I guess the point that I was trying to get at is
there they are. There they are. Okay,
we'll give them some time.
Yay.
There we go, baby. All right, we'll bring the Motley Crue in. I appreciate you guys. Sorry about all the technical difficulties, but we do got the band from South Wales. They are The Now. And boys, we were just showing to the CCS family a very awesome clip of Elvis Presley in the 1950s doing an interview at the time with this kind of controversial dance that he had. People really thought that, hey, Elvis, you're kind of dancing your way into hell, while you also got UK artists like Sam Smith today being labeled as satanic, for dancing with devil horns at the Grammys this year. So you guys actually have a track that we played before you guys came on just now, which is The Devil Inside Me. Fabulous. And what's that all about? I mean, are you guys trying to embrace that sex, drugs, and rock and roll? I mean, what's going on?
Yeah, of course we're trying to embrace that sex, drugs, rock and roll, isn't it?
Well, how's it like right now on tour with that?
Well, apart from the dodgy Wi-Fi, everything has been fantastic.
I'm glad it was dodgy Wi-Fi and recent because I was literally like, oh, they're probably partying. I was like, I know those UKs. They got a pint of beer.
Well, it's about 6:30 p.m. you guys' time.
On, and we were dancing around doing a satanic ritual, drinking alcohol.
So now we know. So there's no.
Hopefully, you were wearing a thong, okay? Because you have to wear a thong to get into hell.
According to co-host Marissa Pitts, that's exactly what you guys have to do. That I would prefer to kind of stay in the moment. You still got a lot of things going your guys' way, but I know that the Now doesn't want to be regarded as, quote, just a band. It's a movement for the alternative crowd of today. So what is the movement?
I just think it's just trying to gather sort of as many people in as possible. Obviously, there's quite a big alternative crowd. I think maybe don't feel safe coming to gigs, but we've done quite a few gigs. There's posters up on the wall saying, if you don't feel safe, feel free to speak to the bar staff. If you dress a certain way, but it is all about the inclusivity with us. We want to drag everyone together, figuratively put our arms around the crowd. Like they're part of our gangs. We're not just a band, we're a movement. So dress the way you want.
See, I didn't know that's actually a problem in the United Kingdom and Wales. Like I didn't know that that's such a thing.
people get like judged for what they're wearing clothing wise,
especially if it's a bit alternative. I mean, you've got to, if you're not into sort of football and rugby and going to the pub, which we like going to the pub, but if you're sort of not in the mainstream sort of sect of society, you get sort of not of a bad name, but maybe not, you don't feel as safe and included as you do. So we are just trying to bridge those barriers.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what you guys are trying to assume, just let the devil inside me just come out. If that's how people view me, that's fine, but the party keeps on rocking. And I know you guys just recently released that new single, which I think is an incredible track. It's going to be coming on your guys' upcoming debut full-length album produced by Oli Jacobs, who has mixed and engineered with multi-Grammy artists such as Harry Styles in the 1975. So how does a collaboration like this happen? I mean, especially for your debut LP.
So basically, Ollie liked to take his top off as well and dance around, and that's how, you're only joking, that's not really.
No, I want to see that. So yes, please, tops off, naked, dancing. This is all for me.
The X-rated part of the album, that'll be on that sort of extended play version. So
And I'll buy 2 copies then.
Oh, I love it. And does anything stand out differently from the recording process with Oli Jacobs compared to your time working on your 5-song EP?
Well, we worked on the EP as well with Oli. So
great. So what's I guess did you guys approach the recording a little bit differently from your past work?
Yeah, I think we took it a bit more serious. We kind of gathered the audience, know who we need to appeal to, and then built the music around that.
And were there any like unexpected challenges the Now had to overcome? Like I know a lot of artists in rock and roll are like, fuck man, I do not want to record with the metronome. or did you want to just like shred out, you know what I'm saying? Was there any of those kind of challenges with creating this full-length LP?
There were a few obstacles, physical and mental obstacles, which we won't go into now because this is a family show. We don't want to put any.
No, it's actually not a family show, not at all.
We're into it still.
Come on, baby.
Best behavior, but you're not swearing.
You can swear. You get naked.
Yeah, I was expecting the back room to be just like lavishing with just sexy gals and everything right about now. How's the party not get started?
Come back in.
Come back.
No, I think the biggest obstacle for us was when we were recording the album was giving Ollie the sort of free rein to change tracks up. I mean, bands are quite tracks that the children they try and sort of treat them. They want to sort of get So, but with Ollie, he wanted to change everything up, and obviously we didn't really want to do that first. But then once we used sort of his ideas, and now we've heard the album, we're really glad we gave him the free rein to do what he wanted with the songs.
And do you feel like as a band that a debut full-length album can make or break your career?
I don't think so. I think the more material you've got out there, the more chance it's going to get picked up on.
And how many tracks have been recorded for your future full-length debut album?
10.
10 tracks. And so I know you guys did a first tease with The Devil Inside Me, but like, what is like the themes or expectations that the CCS family and your new fans can expect from this record?
To be honest, it's each song has its own individual character. They like changed, don't they?
Yeah.
They're all
It's
different.
a diverse album.
It's very diverse.
No song is the same. It caters to everyone, really.
Yeah.
Was that important for you guys as a band to not stick to one sound, but to really embrace, the rock and roll mentality that, all styles of music should be enhanced, with the first record?
When we were recording the songs with Ollie, and when we recorded like the first 2 or 3, he turned to us and says, "Look, boys, you can do the loud, verse, chorus. You can do that now. I mean, what's the point in recording 11 versions of that when there's more to the band than just a quiet verse and a big chorus?" So that's when you listen to the album. I think that there's a few curveballs in there. it took us a while. I remember when me and Jay turned up to like listen to it, we were a bit like, oh, is this what we want it to be?
Yeah.
Do you remember
And
that?
I think you're getting exactly to my next question, which is really like, how do you guys deal with the flexibility of songwriting disagreement? Because I know you guys all seem like you guys are very upbeat gentlemen, and you guys all want to get your voices heard in the room. And so how do you guys deal with establishing your sound and style?
So basically, I write all the songs and they just follow. So
He doesn't write
I write everything.
No, we normally just have a massive Royal Rumble, have a good scrap, get it all into a system, and then we create number ones after number ones.
So whoever wins the scrap is the one who gets to write the song. I like it.
Yeah, there we go. I see what's going on here. But what, like, in the creative process, what seems to work best for the band? Is it like writing the lyrics first, or you guys usually like to produce the melodies? How does that work?
Yeah, it tends to follow the sky. So when we're in practice, Bromage, guitarist, I don't think he realizes what he does sometimes. He plays a riff, and then I'm like, whoa, let's keep that. And, well, you haven't been doing any riffs recently.
Oh, you're rubbish lately. He's rubbish lately.
Are you riffless? You're a riffless ripper?
You're a riffless ripper. You know what? You know, we're all for exclusivity into the mix, and we live in the now. So, you know, I think that's a good thing.
We live in the now. Oh, touche, Chris. I'll give you that one. That was good.
But I know that, no pun intended, but we like to rewind this a little bit. We want to actually have some fun. We're going to actually be playing a track from your guys' EP called Rewind. So let's go ahead and play that track right now on the Chris College Show, Millennial Talk Show.
The tendency to do what you want with me. Don't let it slip your mind. I got you by my side. Gonna you running away. Gonna have you running away. Gonna have you running away. Yeah, I got to rewind. I'll take your seat now, baby. Sit back, let me show you how. Gotta make scream, gotta make scream. Gotta make scream. Gotta make scream. No, not so slow. Gonna take you back. Go ahead, let's go. Gonna have you running away. Gonna have you running away. Gonna have you running away. Yeah, you got to rewind. I'll take your seat now, baby. Sit back, let me show you how. Gotta make scream, gotta make scream. Gotta make scream. Gotta make scream.
That's what's good. That is the Now, and that is their track Rewind. And like, guys, I wish you guys could get like a behind the scenes look at like looking at these Welsh rockers jamming out to their own music video. Behind the scenes,
awesome.
You guys look like you're having the best time in the back room. I'm so stoked for you guys. Much success moving forward with your guys' tour right now. And for all the future fans, they're going to be wanting to check out your full-length debut LP. Where do they follow you on social media? And since they've already lasted this long into the interview, do you guys have like a timestamp on that release date? Like, talk to me. What's going on? When are we going to hear this new music?
Don't know yet.
April 17th is going to be the next single, which is Girl You Got Me. Then it's going to be
okay, that's what's up.
So
I think you guys got an incredible sound. You guys got an incredible sound. I think you guys got something special. I know that we just unfortunately ran out of time on Strike a Chord, but I appreciate you guys jumping on. Have a great live show tonight. And man, when you guys make it across the pond and you come here into Los Angeles, oh my Lance, I can't wait to party it up with you boys. Much success moving forward, fam. And yeah, man, but I want to let you guys know on the Chris College Show, stick around as we got more left here on this Millennial Talk Show. Hey, you know what's good is having a band like the Now join up into the mix. It's, with all the technical difficulties and all the, great interviews that we've had over the years with artists from across the pond, to know that, rock and roll is thriving. It isn't dying anytime soon. That's a great sign. So definitely keep a lookout for the Now. But we always like to end off the show on a positive note. But this week, produce a lot of funny viral content. And so Marissa and I, we wanted to have some fun, start off your guys' Friday with a good laugh. So here's some clips that made me smile, and I want to share that with y'all.
What happened here? Oh, Jesse, okay?
And I know that there's probably a lot of LA cats right now that are like getting really excited about this light hail or light snow, but don't go be doing what some of these cats have been doing right now. And the reason why I was kind of showing a lot of these like golfing clips is it's kind of interesting to kind of follow the golf sport world right about now.
I know. How was your weekend? You went last Saturday. How was it for you?
Oh, it was a blast. I went to the PGA Genesis Invitational, got to see the GOAT right up close in person, Tiger Woods. It's just such a great atmosphere. I highly recommend bringing a group of people with you. I know me and my homie, Scotty Young, we went out to the Matter, but it's definitely a warm and embracing environment, and it was sold out, over 20,000 people, so that was really, really cool. And I guess the second note that I'm going to be saying is the PGA and the LIV are kind of be going at it with the feud, because now the LIV tour, which is backed by the Saudi Arabia company, they got a lot of controversy, with Phil Mickelson, Bryson DeChambeau. Those are just two names that I can think of on the top of my dome that decided to leave the PGA tour to go to this league, is now going to finally be producing content, which is actually playing the sport. They've actually started their own 3-player teams. I think there's a group of 16 to 20 of them. So we'll see if it holds up to the PGA. But I want to thank you guys, the CCS family, for tuning in every Friday at 10 a.m. because without you, this show would not be possible. And for the South Whale Band, The Now, definitely keep a lookout for their new record and new single that's going to be dropping on April 15th. You heard that first right here on the Chris Callaghan Show, Millennial Talk Show. I also want to let you guys know that the 8th installment of Off the Fret, More Music Talk, featuring Nashville country star Amanda Cooksey, is coming to YouTube and wherever you listen to podcasts. So make sure you follow our social media handles at Chris Callaghan Show so you don't miss out on this new installment. And for all the future guests that are going to be joining the show, and if you like what you're listening to, go to thechriscollinsshow.com, become a member today, and get that free CCS t-shirt. For now, stay inside. It's too cold outside in Southern California. Watch a good film, and I'll see you next Friday, fam. Peace. What's good? It's Chris from the Chris Callaghan Show, Millennial Talk Show, featuring alternative pop rock band Poe the Passenger, amassing over 1 million streams with their debut LP, Alinea, joins Off the Fret. More music talk. What's good, party people? Chris Callaghan Show presents Music Storm 2022, hosted by Chris Callaghan and Marissa Pitts, featuring Royals, Hurricane Highway, Cannibal Kids, Amanda Cooksey, Astoria State, Kid Dad, Resounding, Sleep Cycles, Avenues, Freckles, Weather Worn, Just True, Sophia Marie, Music Storm 2022. Available wherever you listen to podcasts. Our brand new podcast, Off the Fret.
I love it. It's more time to chat. Hello.
You look so jazzy. I love your outfit. How far would you go to start playing live music again? This slaps harder than my ex when she got her stimulus check. So, are you here to bring the sexual healing with your music? Everything is everything, and I guarantee you're going to hear this song in the future. I love the flow, man. Politically charged album. So, if you get easily offended, this might not be the album for you. Brand new podcast, Off the Fret.
So excited.
Has Kim Kardashian accidentally sent you a coochie shot?
Do you want to stay there? It's completely your choice. Or you want to...
I feel you. And you know what? I love it. Off the Fret. More music talk. Peace.